I'd like to welcome everyone to the Challenge All-Stars Rivals.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Right Reality Podcast. My name is Mixie.
My name is Steven. Welcome to the number one.
Hello.
My goodness.
We'd love to have you here. We are recapping All-Stars Rivals, Episode 7, Old Friends, New Rivals.
Okay. If this is your first time finding us, hi, welcome to the number one. We do two things right at the beginning. We recap the name of the episode, and we have to hit 4 that we agree on before the end of the year. We're at 2.
Yes.
Nixie, your thoughts?
We are still at 2.
Yeah, I thought we would be.
But you know what, Steven? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because the next thing we do...
Nothing matters that happened in this episode other than the first 15 seconds.
Oh, what a time to be alive, honestly. What a time to be alive.
You guys, I did it. I did it. And you know what that means? We're popping bottles again. Hey! We gotta do it. I can't believe I got it, Steven. We have to get into the lore of all of this. This is ridiculous.
Oh God, I can't believe we're at this moment. This is only the second time I think in show history that the number one has got it. And I will be honest, both your victories.
We win as a team.
What an iconic line to say. I wish every business had that. You know, that'd be a good thing to hang on a wall with some sort of, animal above it or something like that, you know?
One of those strong kangaroos. Oh, God, my grip strength. Okay. Might be a whole episode of me trying to open this.
Hey, she did it! She manifested that. And this all started, boys and girls. Last week, we were talking about it, and Mixie said the following.
Which we love that. Keep guessing in the comment section. Somebody's got to get it eventually. Maybe. I don't think we're going to get it. I felt strongly that we needed to maybe stop the segment.
It was getting there. It was getting a little embarrassing to the point where I just started. I guessed 3 things last week just out of pure panic, and I was really trying to get it so bad. But you know what? As you just told us, we win as a team.
We do.
So technically, we won.
Congratulations. Cheers
won.
to you. And
thank you very
cheers
much.
to the community.
Coffee.
That's good. That's what you should be drinking at 9 a.m. But what I am drinking at 9 a.m. is champagne.
That's the way to do it. Now, just a reminder, this is what she guessed last week.
Can you believe it? It's Ashley and Dario floating in floaties in the pool.
Wow.
You guys, I wish that you were there when I opened my screener and I watched it. You know what? I think they can be there.
Oh, let's roll the video and audio tape.
You guys, I just opened my email with the screener for the episode you're watching right now. Dario's on a floaty and in a pool. And I really think I did it. I think I did the impossible. I think that right now I'm about to hit play on this and I'm about to peak in my life. And I feel as though I need to make sure you're here for it. So I'm going to hit play. I might be overreacting. Maybe he's not in a pool. He's in a pool. Fuck. Okay.
Previously on the Challenge All-Stars Rivals.
Our rivalry may tip over.
I'm taking a shot. Steven, I was so fucking excited. I was like Tom Cruise at Oprah. I was so excited. And you know what sucks? You know what, when we were talking about Corey, and I know you did the interview with him and it was great, and you discussed with him how hard it was to keep in that he had successfully done the balance beam. These next, how many days? 5 until this airs is going to be so hard for me. Because I got it. The hotties right now in real time have no idea that I got it.
That's true. They have no idea, and we can't tell them.
Yes.
But maybe we could breadcrumb them a little bit. Maybe as you're hearing this, you're like, that's weird that they like posted their like recap of like what it was going to be for no reason whatsoever. They've never done this yet. And then the episode starts, and then they're like, oh my Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I really hope everyone parties for it because it's deserved. And I party now, and I feel like I also partied when I found out. Roll that clip. This is so deserved. Turn it up, 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 up. Emptying the bottle. I did it!
Let me just walk you through my experiencing what Nixie experienced last night, everybody. Well, last night, being Saturday, we're recording on Saturday. I was watching screeners for Temptation Island, and I get a text from Nixie saying, let me pull up the exact text because I do not want to miss this, right? I need to give you the full thing.
Yes. Quote me directly.
She confirmed what time we were recording today first, and then wrote, stunning? And then, let's see.
Stunning?
22 minutes later, need to know when you watch. Needs capitalized. And maybe I'm going to take you on a journey with these text messages on screen right now so you can see.
Maybe you should.
Challenge. Next block. Need. Period. Okay, that's next. Working on Temptation Island right now, I said.
Nope.
Nixie. Just need first min. Do it. Need it. Need it. Actually going to require you to record from when you open the email to log in. Don't ask questions. And now here is me knowing what is about to happen, reacting to what I knew for sure had just occurred. Now, let me just say,
I
already
tell
knew
you.
I was out. I knew I was out. I knew I did not win. I knew I did not win.
Why? Because you guessed three
my
times?
Guesses, I knew I did not win. I knew this was a Nixie victory and do it. And then as I'm sending you the video, the text goes, all caps, Steven, I fucking did it. I peaked. I did it. Oh, yeah. I told her to go get a Powerball ticket, and then later after I got the videos, I'm living right now. I'm screaming. I said March 7th, 2025, write it down. She wrote back March 7th, 2025, the day I peaked. She said, Steven, I beat the final boss. My legs don't work. To which I sent her a gif of The Rock, who is now the final boss, and a scene from the night. It was a 1999 classic Can't Hardly Wait, where the guy goes, I have no legs. I have no legs! And starts jumping and partying. Yes. What a great experience to be part of.
I'm so glad that we got to share that. I'm so glad everyone got to witness OW from your girl as well. Yes. I want to preface the rest of this episode by saying nothing matters. This is a fantastic episode now.
Yes, it has influenced the rest of the episode.
As it should.
It's rubbed off on the rest. Yeah, I mean, obviously. You can't have that incredible high and let it not carry over to the rest of the thing,
I still can't believe that I got it. Now that we're talking about it again, I was excited. I dealt with that in my own space. Come on today, and now I'm realizing that I fucking got it.
Now, as I'm thinking here at the moment, I'm thinking maybe our old guy, Editor 1, thought maybe we were giving up on Previously on the Challenge, because I said last week, like, I kind of wish it didn't come back.
Yes.
And then the very next week,
you also said
you get it?
You also said don't fucking change the edit.
I did say that as well. I said all of those things.
I don't know. I don't know.
All could be true. All of those things could be true. But again, we influence here at the number one. If I've learned anything, it's that we influence.
To say we influence now is an understatement. We make the show at this point.
Oh, God, we do. We do. It's unbelievable, and I will look forward to... You know what? I should have looked at the credits to see what they credited us as this week.
Yeah, it definitely needs to be in there.
Yeah, it does.
We'll move past this, although I could sit here and discuss how great this is for about an hour. We will continue on. Dario and Ashley, because they were previously on, were the ones that were recapping the episode. I didn't like it.
Not great storytellers, if I'm being honest.
No. And Dario, he says something like, you know what? That's a wrap on this recap. And I was just like, give this guy a dangle earring. Like, fuck.
Did it give you the ick?
Yeah. It kind of did give me the ick a little bit, but I'm realizing it's because he wasn't on screen.
Yeah, there you go. I was about to say, King of the Rats got an ick? That's wild.
He got an ick, but then I saw him again and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll move past it.
It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. After the high of winning, I did notice that immediately they wanted to continue the winning ways for the number one.
The first clip.
And they gave us Turbo.
First thing. I write first clip out of intro is Turbo. This is my episode.
Turbo doing his best Moaya, looking out the window, gazing upon the Vietnamese countryside.
Oh, man. That whole scene of him being introspective. And he says the Nani again. At the window, he says the Nani.
I don't really know a lot of what he said other than the Nani and All Stars. And because I feel that you are the Turbo Whisperer, I was wondering if you could help break down what this audio actually says.
Okay.
I dream to see we win the challenge. All-Star champion of the Nani.
Manifest it.
Oh, God, Babe had to ruin it.
I dream.
She had to throw manifest in?
Well, duh.
Babe.
I dream to.
Oh.
I think that's what he said. I
The
dream
All-Star
to
champion?
win the All-Star Challenge with the Nani.
Okay, here we go. One more time.
I dream to see we win the challenge. All-Star champion of the Nani.
The Nani.
Manifest it.
The Nani.
I dream to see us win
The challenge. Yep.
Yes, All Stars. Yeah, the 9.
We got it. See, we just got to work through it. And then she ruins it. Classic. Uh-huh.
We had to sound it out like we were in
necessary.
grade school. Yes.
Let's go to the daily, shall we?
We shall.
Mr. TJ introduces the daily with his hat forward. Not mad,
Hate it.
just disappointed.
Nixie, I thought we were cool with TJ. He went regular hat again.
I'm mad about it. Actually, no, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I literally just said that.
You did just say that. Yes, that is what you just said. That's fine. But honestly, I think maybe you were just saying that because you didn't want to like verbalize out loud that you were mad at Mr. TJ for going regular hat.
Again, I'm on a high. You got to understand where I'm at right now. I'm on a high. I am peaking. You are witnessing it. This is the top moment of my life. Is that sad? You betcha.
Okay. This is what you get.
But his
from us
hat was
right now,
forward. You know?
Can you imagine if we went, if the sequencing of events here was 1, getting previously on, 2, getting an introspective Turbo, 3, Mr. TJ with a backwards hat again? I mean, and then as they set up this daily, we got our girl DJ Mel Reeves.
Some people aren't gifted with brains and looks, you know? Like, that's just how life is. Like,
got nothing.
me?
She's the best.
Speaking for America and the world to drag her.
Incredible. Mel was fantastic this episode.
God, she's really in fine form right now.
I really loved her this episode. I wish that she had stuck to her guns a little bit more, but it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It seems like she's starting to grow a backbone this episode. I feel like it's going to continue into the next. Still haven't gotten the footage of the hookups that we know is happening. That was flirty.
That was very flirty. The shove?
Exactly.
The shove? That's a flirty shove. Flirty shove.
They fucking. Which is good, but I would like to know.
Good.
Actually.
Yeah, just show it. Just show it.
But as you can tell, I'm right all of the time, so I'm sure it's happened. Are you okay?
I just had to switch because they were clearly in the wrong ear. And one kept falling out, and I'm like, maybe I can like do this, just do this like kind of off, and she's not going to notice it. But I did not.
I'm sorry, I was so distracted. I stopped speaking. I should have just talked through it. That's on me.
Great podcasting for everybody at home. I was just like subtly, I'll just like do one.
It wasn't that subtle. Okay, it wasn't that subtle.
Okay. I don't know how more I would do it. I would just reach up and then be like,
well, not with sound effects. that might tip somebody off. I don't know though. Let's talk about the daily. I liked it. I thought it was a good, even playing ground.
I liked the idea of what they were trying to do, and because we're a podcast and this is what we do, sometimes we find a little bit of negative in the positive. Overall, very positive.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, very positive. Mm-hmm. What did you think when you saw them get to that first station, I guess you would say?
Yeah.
What did you, because I paused it and I was like, okay, I need to kind of see what they're doing here. And I saw the clocks. You're shaking your head.
As soon as I saw the clocks, I was like, I am not going to follow whatever this puzzle is.
Oh.
Didn't even try. Didn't even want to do the maths. Didn't want any part of it. Couldn't tell you what was the correct answer. Didn't care to know. Again, I am on a high at this point. I already won. None of this matters to me. So I'm just watching it without any real understanding of what the fuck is going on.
I paused it, and it shows like LA being at, let's say, 3 p.m. or something like that, 3 o'clock. And then it said Toronto +3, 6 o'clock. And then Cape Town was +9. Whatever one I paused it on, I saw that. Mm-hmm. So I sit there and go, okay, well, obviously they're not going to tell you to remember all these clocks positions. LA is going to be the base. You're just doing time zones. So, like, to me, I go, okay, Toronto, because we live in LA.
Yeah.
I go, okay, Toronto's +3, which is East Coast time. Mm-hmm. So that's an easy to remember. Cape Town +9. Okay, so whatever LA time is +9 will be what I need to know. And then I go to the next one, and basically it's 2 more time zones. And I was like, oh, okay, this is easy. This should work out well.
Was it normal, like actual real life time zones? All it was just them like listing out the time zones?
Mixie, I'm sitting there screaming at the television. This is easy. What is taking them so long? You had to memorize 4 time zones from Los Angeles.
I think twice.
That's it.
I think there was 2 sections, no?
No, they just had a top row and a bottom row. So each partner had their own section. So when you hit yours, it burned the other person's thing down as well.
I thought there was like two things to memorize for each of them and then the puzzle in the middle. No? So 4.
The puzzle in the middle is you use the thing that they burned as your kind of answer key. So you couldn't go back. See, you're lost as well.
Again.
And this is why if we were partners on this, I would have been absolutely enraged that you could not figure this out.
Yeah, I would have been pulling a she who may not be named again, where she just stood there to the side yet another shot of random challenge player standing while her partner did all of the work.
Yeah.
If that's how you're going to play this game, maybe you're not that passionate about the show, and maybe you shouldn't be one of the faces of it, but I don't know.
Faces is a big stretch, but maybe voices
Face of...
in a way. I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know.
That might be better.
If they were to do that.
That sounds better.
But Veronica was also doing her best Mariah, and just standing like, huh? More this plus this. I was like, she literally then tried to explain to America what it was. Now, obviously, it seems to be, I'm learning today, someone like our fair mix needed it. And that's fine. She was riding on a high. She wasn't able to understand because she had peaked. And she was in Mount Everest air, and it was fucking with her brain. Because I know she knows how to read a clock.
Absolutely. And I knew what an analog clock was when it was mentioned. And I didn't need Steve's mentioning Flava Flav for me to realize what an analog clock was. Because that would be ridiculous. I know it already.
I'm choosing to believe this is a bit that you're doing right now. And that
Sure.
that this is not a bit.
It is whatever you want it to be. Which one is less embarrassing for me?
Pass.
Yes. Yeah. No, I didn't know what an analog clock
Monica's
was.
What was that? What was that?
What?
What?
I refer to them as Flava Flav clocks. So thank you to Steve for connecting those dots for me. Do you remember Flavor of Love? God, that was a good show.
God. I did see a clip recently of New York saying something where she was like, yeah, I started that fight at lunch because I was just bored. I was like, God damn it.
She's amazing. She is incredible. She is turbo as well. Like, that's just, these are these types of people. You know what I mean? I implore everyone to Google New York, finding out what pumpkin looks like now. 15 out of 10. You're welcome.
Okay, so back to Veronica doing her best Moaya and being like, so this is what we're doing. We have to do this from Los Angeles and do this. I'm like, yeah, no shit. I watched this for 5 seconds. It's 4 time zones a person. Just memorize the time zones.
If that's
plus
what it
this,
is,
plus that.
That's bad. That's bad.
That's
how
all
long
it was.
Took. And how bad
That's
everyone
all
did.
it was. You think they're going to tell you to memorize 6 different clock positions with 8, let's see, 3, 6, 6 different clocks with 3 different time zones, and then all the variations of it? There's no way that's going to happen. And I'm just like, if you live in the United States, one of them was Denver, and I was like, okay, I feel like I'm not going to do this to you because you're on a high. I'm not going to bring you down.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
If it was a normal episode,
Denver's 2.
From where?
1 from us, 2 from the East Coast.
She's on an absolute high, everybody.
I know Denver. And I know the East Coast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Those 3 I would have been fine with. The United States.
So then you have to memorize 2 different numbers and then add them. This was literally just we're going to add these numbers.
I didn't realize it was this
to
easy.
a clock.
I think the drawings of the clocks really threw me off.
That was the whole point, is they were trying to get you confused.
Yeah, to remember where it is on the clock, the hands.
Yeah. Yeah. And then so Dario starts talking. Did you understand what he was saying at the beginning of this? I'm going to hit the solve and throw everybody else off so they hit it. And I'm like,
I think that him and Ashley probably got the couple that they remembered. And instead of them trying to figure out the rest of them, they wanted to force everyone else to hit their like check button.
This is what, the second time that we've had, it's not like how quick, it's not the first one to get it right necessarily.
Yeah, this and the milkshake. Yeah, the milkshake one was like, it doesn't matter about the timing, or it was like the weight of the, I don't know.
I'm going to talk this out and
Okay.
see if you can assist here.
I really wouldn't trust me to help you with this situation, but yeah, let's do that.
I think what it was the first team to get closest to, I guess, no hours wrong, the quickest. So let's say you had two teams that had like, they were off by 1 hour. Mm-hmm. It was whoever did that first, and not the first team to get it right, which has always seemed to be what we do for dailies, unless they very specifically say that. And our guy TJ, I think, because his hat was forward this time, forgot to tell America how they were going to check this, because Dario's like, oh, I'm going to hit it, and I'm going to make everybody else hit their button first. It's like, why should that have anything to do with it?
Yeah.
And then the two teams that did the best were the last teams to ring in.
Mm-hmm. I didn't understand, because there's the amount that you get right, and then there's the time that it took you to take
Yes.
it. But they're saying that the time isn't the only, are they saying it wasn't the only factor, or it wasn't the number one factor?
I think it was not the number one factor. It was the least amount of hours off, the quickest.
Got it.
So if you were the first group
I'm
to
there
finish and you were off by 1 hour, it didn't really matter what everybody else did. Mm-hmm. But I think this is one of those, I don't know why this is. Maybe it's because they don't have enough people to be checking as quickly as they thought this would be done. So they did this. I don't know if this made them think, okay, everybody will at least participate and like lock in an answer, so we'll have more footage to pull from, and it's not just the first one hitting it and they got it right away, and our whole daily is done in 5 seconds.
Maybe.
I don't know. I needed it to be explained, but I love the idea of what this was, because it led to a lot of comedy.
Yes, the like setting fire to the puzzle thing, I really, really liked it. Like I said, I just thought this was like a very even playing field for everybody.
Yes.
So I enjoyed it. Baby Hulk was talking about his girlfriend of a year and that he was going to take her on vacation. And I was like, damn, are we back to being spoiled on who gets sent home? And we were.
We were. 100% we were. I was also like, oh, girlfriend reveal.
Yes, so random that they just like where they threw it in was so random. And like Amber trying to be like, oh, well, he used to be messy, but now he's not because he lives with his girlfriend. That doesn't make you less messy. Thank you. It doesn't.
Yeah, Amber, I know that you took a Chauncey on Chauncey.
Yeah,
and so, you know, that you know, kind of influences how you think about something like this. That maybe Chauncey was living, you know, kind of a lifestyle, and then, you know, you had a baby with him, and now he's just like being awesome and being Chauncey. But remember who we're talking about here. We're talking about Baby Hulk.
It's just some people will never change, and you can take the dangle earring out the ear, but that doesn't change who you are, you know? Sebi.
It does not. It does. Oh.
Deep cut.
I hope somebody understands what that just was. Comment right now. Comment right. If you're on YouTube, comment right now. Comment right now what that was about.
Oh, also,
don't look at the other comments to see.
Side note, thank you for everyone trying to help me remember the word I was trying to remember last week. The word was bias. A 4-letter word that I couldn't think of. And even after we stopped recording, I was like, what the fuck? Honestly, it took me until someone commented it, and I was like, that's it.
See, you guys, this is why we asked you to comment, because you help us.
You do. You helped me out a lot. It was biased. Thank you all so much for your guesses. There was prejudice in there. I guess that technically would have worked too. all of the guesses were better than the phrases I was trying to say to replace the word I couldn't remember.
I think they were all pretty much synonyms for what you were going for. Yeah.
Bias. Great daily. Interesting how it ended. I really wish that they had it would have been great? A graphic of when everybody hit their button and how many they got right. Would have really helped
I want to
me
see
understand
how
how
they
the
were.
fuck we got to the decision that we got to that Katie and Veronica won.
What I said last week, again, true. Corey, who did a great interview here with the number one, was like, oh, we'll get them next week. And I said, what if they, for some miracle, win the daily next week and you couldn't do anything for them?
I mean, last episode, if you guys didn't listen to our recap last episode, you really should, because we were on the fucking money.
It's like we know what we're doing or something like that.
But yeah, I mean, I would really like to have understood how they won, but sure. Whatever you say, Mr. TJ. And honestly, I quickly forgot about it because we went to the club, and at the club, we all fam, and Adam was popping that booty at the bar, becoming this week's Ass of the Week. Ass of the Week. He might be rusty, but man, can he pop it. It was full screen.
I'm going to say he got maybe a little advice from Avery, former Ass of the Week winner as well. Maybe she gave him a few pointers and goes, hey, babe, if you're going to go back on the challenge this season.
Yep.
As a former Ass of the Week winner myself, who gave a great acceptance speech when she interviewed with the number one, they're going to be looking for your ass. And I would like my man to win an Ass of the Week, win that bag, but more importantly, win Ass of the Week. And clearly it worked.
He put in the work, and it was very nice to see. It was a nice change of pace, We're used to all the women taking it.
What I appreciate about this is it just goes to show, once you gain momentum in life and you start with a win and another win and you pick up, it's just a freight train of winning. And obviously he just keeps winning.
Yeah.
Keeps winning. It's momentum.
And quite frankly, I love it for him. I love watching it. He seems like a really good fucking dude. So I love seeing it.
We're at the club where, as you said, we're all what?
At the club, we're all fam.
Got it. Now, if I know my family members couldn't keep their fucking mouth shut, I'm not going to share information with people who clearly can't keep their mouth shut, to which their partner's major gripe with them the entire season has been, what was the major gripe, Mix?
She needs a muzzle, a leash, and a cage.
So, if I knew that about somebody that I was going to share very important information with,
yes, I see where you're going.
I would maybe not do it at the club. Because we still got lots of time left. See what I did? I tied the daily into that. Lots of time left.
I like when you explain the jokes.
For her to A, get plastered.
Yes.
And then B, be leak it basically. And then C, be confronted by it and then change your whole mindset.
Yep. And be scared shitless, which I will say, Veronica, low-key scary a little bit. I know that you probably liked it and it tickled a fancy somewhere.
No, I'm going the exact opposite.
Good, because that's how I felt about it. I thought it was nasty and unnecessary.
I hated this.
Oh, I was prepared to fight you about this. Now you're on my side? What the hell? Okay, deleting all of these notes. Bye.
Do you want me to do the other side so you can fight?
Fuck that.
No, I want. Okay. For podcasting purposes.
No, it's fine. You're
so
right.
You're
doing the right
let's
thing.
Do it.
No, it's too late. We've already shown our cards.
I'm not.
It was ugly.
I'm not going to argue, but I want to hear your takes on it. I want to hear your bullet points on why You hated this because I'm sure we align.
My take on it is there is a way that you can have power in this game and that you can use the place that you put yourself in. You got first. Congratulations. You get some power. You can use that in a way that benefits you in your game and all this other stuff without just being nasty about it. There was the way that she spoke to Nicole, which honestly takes a lot because I'm not a huge fan, but the way that she spoke to Nicole and like talked down to Melissa, I was like, please. And I think Melissa's correct. I think that this was all orchestrated to get Big T out so that they had Melissa as no one else is going to take her. We already have Nicole, so let's make sure we have her hook, line, and sinker doing whatever we want her to do. I did not appreciate how she spoke to either one of them. I understand this is a game. It gets a little heated, but that was just like nasty, mean girl, like shit I saw in clips from like when Tanya was around type shit.
This is old school Veronica with Rachel and who else was kind of in
Tina,
that group
right?
back in the day? Tina, right? This was like that old posse hanging out, going around, just being like the quote unquote mean girls back in the day, just doing all that. And what really irked me about this is you have power for the first time in like 20 fucking years being on this show. And this is how, like, now you fucking sack up? Like, this is how you react?
Yeah.
After being basically a fucking layup for the last 15 years on this show?
Yep.
Never winning a daily, never having any chance of doing power. And this is what we get? Like, fucking disgusting?
Disgusting? I agree. I did not like watching it. It made me get all like, It's very mean girl high school bully type shit. And again, Frank is doing some crazy shit. Don't get me wrong, but he's not being nasty like this. Like, that's the difference in my mind, is like Frank is spreading rumors, dropping little seeds, getting in people's heads. By the way, the compilation of that. But that is how you play this game.
Yes.
Veronica's just being nasty.
I wonder how much of this was like, I got a little bit of juice in the system from being out at the club.
Was it that night? It was at night. Okay. Yeah, maybe.
And so, like, part of me is like, okay, maybe it's that, but still.
But also,
I'm just like you have power for the first time in 20 years, and you're going to show me your fucking alliances now. And I'm like, stop.
And also,
stop.
Nicole came and told you what she heard. She could have just sat on it.
And I think this is a lesson now to Nicole to be like, hey, we were going to be safe if I didn't say anything, kind of. Yeah, they could have put us in, but like, honestly, they would potentially lose one of their numbers, which is not good for them. That would still not be the move. That's what it comes down to for me. If the vote went the other way and they put us in, well, then you're almost guaranteeing that you're losing one of your numbers and not the other side.
Exactly.
So I think maybe that was part of Mel's discussion, and maybe what Shane said as well is like, they're good. You're nowhere near the top of their list, no matter what.
Yep. It would be a waste of their power to use it on.
You're the third on the list. Yeah, you're the third on the list. You're behind, unfortunately, me, and you're behind Frank and Sam. So you're third on the totem pole, realistically, in that alliance. So you'd be the next one out anytime they had to do that. And if you're doing that side of it and you're playing this side of it, just like us, you might be bottom of the table looking up, and you might be the next one to go in. I was like, oh, not great, Veronica.
No, not great.
Not great. I hated it. But not again, Shane, if you didn't tell her at the club, at the club.
There you go.
We wouldn't have had this problem.
Yep.
You could have just told her the next day.
Yep.
As you're going to the vote.
I do think it's alcohol induced, though, Steven. I do think people are a little yappy.
little
when it
yap
comes
session.
when it comes to those bars and drinking like that. It was another episode of like 15, 20 minutes of like, what is going on?
Yes. I literally was thinking in the middle of this, I was like, oh, this is like last week. I'm very confused.
Yep.
I'm very confused. And as much as I didn't like it last week or this week in the moment, what I do like about it is we had said for, I think, almost all of 40 how predictable the voting system was. And
100%.
Like, why are we wasting 30 minutes? We know who's going to be put in. So again, we've influenced their editing style.
And I like this editing style a lot better. I think it's way more entertaining to watch this way. They did give us the Baby Hulk girlfriend, which no chance they would give us that if he wasn't going at least into elimination. So I kind of knew what was going to happen personally. I loved right before the vote that TJ was threatening the storm.
Great. TJ yelling at weather is not something I think I would ever expect from this show.
I wasn't,
And I loved every second of it.
I thought I needed, but I needed it.
Well, it came right after Frank calling Shane an insecure boy. And I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
I love it, man. I fucking love it. TJ saying, "Is that all you got?" to the storm was just.
Is that all you got?
And then he's like, "All right, let's start voting." And Amber's like, "Well, why? What? I had things to say. Why didn't you?" And he's like, "All right, go for it."
Oh, go ahead.
Shit, you guys normally all sit here and stare at me, so I thought I'd just speed the process up a little bit since it's raining. But no.
Yeah. Since last week, everybody did not want to answer any of my questions and just go, I don't know, that's what they want. They were probably under a time crunch as well because of the storm. They're like, we can't be outside because of lightning.
Yep.
Come on out. We got to do this real quick.
Yep.
And then we're going to run back inside. And TJ yelling, is that all you got? It reminded me of, and I was wondering if he was trying to do this, his best Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump, where Lieutenant Dan literally on the top of the ship yells, is that all you... Sorry, Lieutenant Dan. You call it the storm! You have no legs, Lieutenant Dan. God, I can watch that.
I couldn't feel my legs. Let's still remember, I got previously on this episode. Okay, continuing.
I'm with you.
We're back on the they. Who is the they? Frank is now taking ownership of being they. He does that at the very end of the episode. I still think it's Veronica.
I do as well. What he's trying to say is, I'm telling Veronica what to do.
Yes.
So it's not on me. My hands are clean.
Yes.
And
I don't know how real that is.
I think it's like a 60-40, maybe like pour. It's like a little bit here, a little bit there. And each week it's a little different. And Shane has seen this. And this is why Shane is upset, because he goes,
Frank out.
You're listening to this guy.
Yep.
You've been my friend, and you're taking advice from him before you're listening to us. And it sounds like you're trying to protect him more than you're trying to protect me. And I need the protection because my team is split.
Yes.
So what are we doing? This like whole interaction between her and Shane,
was tense.
I was just like,
I'm glad he didn't back down though, because she was like, do you think I would pick Frank over you if you two were like, I would never do that. And he's like, I don't believe you. And I was like, I don't either. Don't die.
Oh, you got me there. I wasn't ready for that.
I don't trust her. And it's so interesting to me that like everybody seems to still trust her. Like Amber was saying, like, I trust Veronica. That was last week. Like, I don't get it. Or was it Nicole was like, I know she would never put me in. I'm like, why? She just was so awful and nasty to you.
I will say, I think this is because nobody saw the version that we saw after the
club,
where they saw her being nasty. And they're just like, oh, this is the Veronica of the past 15 years on the show. She just kind of goes around, oh, I'm just happy to be here. Blah, 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 blah. And if this was 20 years ago, Veronica, people would be like, yeah, I can't fucking trust her. Why would I be able to trust her? Like, obviously, she's looking out for herself. And that's exactly what Shane is saying. Like, you're looking out for yourself. I know he can be in your ear. I've seen him be in your ear and start all of the things that are going on because I'm just sitting here watching it and I know what's going on here.
Yep.
But as a savvy player of this game, I know it's still too early to bring up these issues until we get down to enough teams where I can actually fire my shot, which looks like it's starting to heat up a little bit.
I'm excited about, you know who wasn't excited? Turbo. He was yawning. I was crying laughing while he was yawning during like an actual like exhilarating argument. Frank's like yelling, going back and forth. Turbo go, boring.
He said the following.
I don't give a beep.
I don't give a beep. I want it on a shirt. It is amazing.
Self-screening himself from cursing on TV. A self-bleep.
I used to do that. I used to be like, I don't give a beep. I don't give a... And just...
Were you 12?
Yeah. I just loved every second of this. Just like, not just one yawn, but he was just like, oh, this is boring.
Oh, there was numerous.
And then he did the whole thing about flushing the toilet and watching him go down, and he was waving as he was flushing him down the... This man, I'm telling you, what a great...
Yet to miss.
What a great thing.
Yet to miss.
What a great thing. I want to briefly ask you about the vote situation again, because Frank was getting, as he called, scapegoated into all of these things. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about like how he was reacting to that, and I guess the truth of it at all? Because what was it? There was, I'm reading it. Oh yeah, Shane's partner says Frank was trying to get votes against Shane and Shane's partner to go in, and Frank's like, what? And then there was one more thing, I think, with that, like the Amber situation. Amber was the one saying that Frank is they, and he's like, huh?
Yeah.
And he's like, stop scapegoating my name. Very believable.
I thought he did a great job, and I honestly think the thing that helps him is Sam. And Sam genuinely doesn't think that Frank is doing this stuff. So, like, his partner being, you know, having these faces of, like, that never happened, or, like, why would you say that about Frank? Like, I'm his partner. I would know. Like, I think that is helping Frank. By keeping Sam in the dark of Frank being able to, like, handle all of this shit on the back end is helping Frank hide more.
See, I read that he was not acting in this moment.
You don't think Frank was?
I don't think he was acting here. I don't think he was acting when they got back into the house. I think when they went to his ITM and he's like, oh yeah, I'm the they. I think that was Frank doing his best on camera. Like, oh yes, this was all under my control. But if not, this man deserves some acting awards, because he was honestly... He had gone back 20 years as well. And that's what Shane said. This is the Frank I want. And I don't think you can just like turn that on out of nowhere. And,
I don't know, maybe.
Back to it, don't say it. I just felt like he was actually really pissed off in that moment. Just being like, I thought I was playing this so well, and maybe it's turning on me, and now I got to now I'm actually pissed. But I was just, the thing that I disliked about it, and listen, I love Frank. Frank is fucking great on this show.
Yep.
But when earlier in the season, you're like, I'll do and say what I want to win. I don't give a F about any of y'all. Y'all can kiss my ass. I don't give a shit. And then that is the performance we get. I'm just like, well, I mean, unless this is all an act, you obviously seem to care because you're like my character and all this type of stuff. Like,
I think it's all an act, Steven. I think all of it's an act. I could see him accomplishing it. I can.
Okay. Wow.
We'll see.
Great. Old Frank showing up was phenomenal. I loved every second of it.
It was great.
I was just like, yes.
I like those little yellow shorts he was rocking too. Those were nice. He looks great. Looks like gay Monopoly man. I was in on it. Let's go to the jungle, shall we?
I still don't like it being called that, but yes.
I agree. I also don't like it being called that. Turbo and the Nani get called down to go against Baby Hulk and Amber. I was not concerned that I would lose Turbo in this moment at all.
No, neither was I.
I did laugh audibly when the nanny said, I'm super excited to start my life with my fiance. I go,
I'm here for the win because I just really am so excited to start my future with my fiance. I want to get married. Like, we want to have kids.
ooh.
That might be the most awkward thing ever to happen on the challenge.
Oh, I mean, the fact that the only thing that she said that they're able to like splice together for her reasoning of being there is not actual reality in this current timeline that we're in now. Oh,
Like, take it out.
literally just anything. Just have Turbo ramble words that don't make sense.
Just take it out.
Ooh.
Like, throw in another 30-second commercial spot. I don't know. Take it out.
Yes, and it was all audio too, so it's not even like it was.
Take it out.
That was rough.
Take it out of the edit, please. I mean, it's hysterical,
Oh, amazing.
but take it out, please. It was, I just felt so uncomfy. I think I audibly was like, ugh.
That's, yeah. Absolutely. 100%. Wildly uncomfortable. I just
had the sheets over your head. Like, I don't know. Please, just can we please get to something else?
that is I understand why they had to show like the clip of her, FaceTiming with Babe. I get that. But this one is editable. That was my thought immediately too. I was like, damn, they really didn't have to do that to her, and then they did.
And honestly, they didn't have to put her in the other edit because she wasn't involved that week.
No, but it was all like the challenge couples.
But they're not a couple.
Not anymore. Ooh.
You didn't have to put them in there. You could have been like, okay, we need to have a meeting. They're not together. Do we keep this in the edit at this point? Like, is that mean to somebody who's done this show for so long that they're going to have to watch this? And all these people are going to watch it and be like, yeah, but they've really been not together now for like 2 months.
Uh-huh. That is, in my opinion, an easy fix that they could have done. Yeah. But don't worry, Turbo saved it. He said, I will raise my middle finger to everyone's face.
If we go back, welcome to hell for them. I will raise my middle finger for everyone's face.
Nah, we're not gonna do that.
I'm like, shut the fuck up, the nanny. Let him do it.
The nanny, you can be quiet. You let Turbo do whatever Turbo wants to do. If he wants to welcome them to hell by middle fingering all of them, I will be there by his side. I ride with Turbo. We ride for Turbo.
Yes.
Challenge community rides for Turbo.
Yes.
This is the man. This is our, I want him running into battle with me.
Absolutely.
It was so good. She's like, no, we're not going to do that. And coming from the nanny, somebody who has done this scenario a lot in her challenge career, middle fingering people.
Yep.
Shouldn't have said it that way, but
yeah. Ugh.
ugh.
Not the nanny's episode this week. Mine. It's my episode. Mine.
I was like, why would you not let him do that? Let him do that.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You think you're going to go back in the house and you let Turbo and just put the fear of God in people, you will never get put down there again.
I agree.
Because what's going to happen right now, Katie and Veronica are fucking shaking.
As they should be. And I want Turbo to go back and fuck it up so bad. I don't even think we need to discuss this elimination. It was meh. I don't know what their new thing is with wiping things off to reveal stuff, but we got the shtick. Let's do something different now. Photoshop of the faces, great, but Turbo winning and chucking that camera.
Chucking his GoPro and then calling people pussy chickens?
Yes, and then saying, I want to fuck them up. I want to fuck them up.
Oh.
The nanny's like, No, look at me. Look at me. We're not going to do that.
Hey. Right here.
Eyes here. Eyes here.
Lock in.
He goes, they didn't even do half the puzzle.
They weren't even on my level. Why am I in this show with people like this?
This is a joke.
I just love. He was so upset that he even had to compete.
Yeah, he was annoyed.
Here's the problem. Here's what you've done. You've awoken the sleeping giant.
Yes.
He was fine wearing his cowboy hat, beasting blueberries, and sitting outside because inside is too cold.
It's too cold.
And now what you've done is you've shaken the tree that has the bee's nest on it.
Yep.
For the sake of being like, we're going to get a strong team out.
I hope he goes back in that house and absolutely fucks shit up. Did you watch the next on? He goes back in that house and fucks shit up. I can't wait.
God damn it. I love it so much. I love this man so much. I would like to do an honorary award mixing, and I don't think I've ever done this.
Okay. The floor is yours.
I would like to give what might be my first ever, and I know this is not my territory. I would like to give the Steve Ass of the Week to Amber B leaning over on the puzzle, trying to do that all the way arch, making her mine.
Ass of the week. Ass of the week.
I got 2 versions of that.
Oh, I know.
I got one when they were explaining it, and I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna be a great Elim leading that arch it, girl." And then during it, I got the second image, and I was like,
I saw it.
Chauncey,
I clocked it.
my guy.
I clocked it. I was like, shit, that is a great ass of the week. Adam was full camera ass at the club.
I know. And I wrote, I don't think this is going to be her ass of the week because it's not full cameraing.
Well, I saw it. Don't get me wrong. I didn't miss it.
Obviously, I wouldn't assume that.
Head is always on a swivel. But
has to be.
Well, goodbye, Baby Hulk and Amber. I'm okay with seeing you leave. I don't really care, if I'm being honest. I like Amber. She seems nice. Yeah. Baby Hulk, his hair this season, guy looks like he just shoved a fork in an electrical outlet. I don't really understand what that was about. Yeah, I mean, whatever. Frank then ends the episode by basically saying he's they. I think he thinks he is.
I think, as we were saying, it's like a little bit of each. It's a little bit of Veronica and a little bit of him, and I think they're
they are they
making the seeds together. Yes, there you go. They are co-parenting the seeds.
Yes,
if you will.
I could see that
in a very odd kind of way. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, this is why Frank is so good in the game, because he just he plays the game in a fun way of doing all of these things and has fun doing it in a way that Bananas and Wes had done previously, right?
Yeah, and Kenny and Evan kind of, the old school.
Just a little bit of that.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck about you. Which is in stark contrast to what I think we see now, which is people trying to do the least amount because they know this will have repercussions for years to come. Frank's like, I don't think I'm going to do many more of these. So I'll just, I'm here to make a TV show. I will burn the place down. And if I don't ever come back, that's fine. I haven't been here for 10 years anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, take a note. Wah. That's it for this episode. Oh, go ahead.
I'm so glad I remembered this in the moment. I would like to say that I went to a comedy show on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Nixie does not know this story yet. She knows some of the stories that I told her about what happened at this comedy show. So this comedy show is phenomenal. It's called My Straight Friends. And there are 2 gay comedians who will play games. So straight comics will come out. They'll do 5 minutes. And then the 2 gay comedians will come up and they'll do games kind of about gay culture.
Okay.
And one of them was Fuck, Marry, Kill. And so all the people are usually that. And so it was, the first one they put up was hot, shirtless, like animated pirate Captain Hook.
Okay.
And it was like a fan art version of this like really hot looking Captain Hook.
Yeah.
The second was Jafar from Aladdin with like the deepest V you've ever seen.
Okay.
And the third was who? Riley's dad from Inside Out.
Smash.
And everybody was like, oh. And they're like, if you need more information, and they hit the button again, there was clearly a doctored image of like him laying down with the shirt with the biggest bulge you've ever seen.
I'm taking Pixar Dad every time. Every time.
And literally the comedian was like, because they just said Riley's dad. Mm-hmm. And the comic up there was like, is that the dad from Inside Out?
I like how he knows, though. He knows. He doesn't know he knows, but he knows.
He does. He does.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, I thought that was great. Continuing our little thing that we've had with that moment with Frank and Frank's husband. That was really
with
good.
Frank. Well, we have to do our previously on for next episode.
Can we do this again? Can you do this again? You are like you're the.
I'm going real basic. I actually feel almost like I'm stealing this from you. I think it's going to be Katie and Veronica in the bunks. Previously on the challenge, we were fucking shit up.
My tell was incorrect last week. I said I think I have a tell. It was incorrect. So I don't know what it is. However, I'm going with Nicole and Melissa.
Okay.
Who I don't think we've got a previously on yet.
We haven't. But I think that's because we can't understand Nicole and she can't storytell. But go ahead.
Which makes this a very difficult choice, honestly.
It does.
I think it's going to be them.
Okay.
The issue is I have no idea where these people are going to be. I'm going to say, because if it's Nicole, I would say Nicole's outside working out because she always seems to be outside.
That's what I was going to say, outside working out. And Nicole was outside working out and Melissa's like just
Melissa's just
laying
standing
out.
Next to her. Yeah.
Like tanning, yeah.
That's what I'm going to go. Like, and she's like doing a curl and then they flip over and Melissa's just like sunning herself.
I feel like that's a good guess, Steven.
Can you imagine? We go back to back.
Thought it was impossible already, so now everything is on the table. It all could happen. We just don't know anymore. But goddamn, what an episode this week. What a win for the right reality. Do we have an interview?
We don't have interviews this week. We don't have interviews. They were not given us an opportunity, which I think means probably both of them might be filming next season. They might be both over there, is what I'm guessing.
That would make sense.
However, I will say, when I opened the email and saw that there was no interviews, it led me to believe it was a very specific team going home.
I still do stand by when that team goes home, no chance.
Yes. There's no chance we get an interview opportunity. We'll see. But I don't think it's going to be made available to us. So
it's not.
For what it's worth.
It's not.
No shot. But also, if you are a challenge fan, please, you need to be aware, Temptation Island is back, boys and girls. We will be having our Temptation Island episodes airing. There is a special programming announcement that was also posted on the account, so you can listen to that. That will explain in full detail what we're doing, because Netflix has tried to ruin our lives by allowing all 10 episodes to drop at the same time.
They haven't tried. They're doing a pretty decent job at it currently.
So we are dealing with all of that, but please start listening to those. We really appreciate it if you could watch the YouTube videos of those, put some comments and likes on that. We're really trying to build this out, especially with Temptation Island being on Netflix. So you can listen to that programming announcement for all the specifics of what we're doing with that. But Nixie, we're getting close to. How many teams do we have left now? Do you know?
When we saw everybody out on the platform at the jungle, I was like, damn, we're like almost at the final. I think there's maybe 7 teams left.
You're right. There's 7 teams left. 7 teams left as of now. Adam and Steve, Ashley and Dario, Shane and his partner, Frank and Sam, Katie and Veronica, Melissa, Nicole, and Nani and Turbo. Those are 7, so we need to lose how many to go to a final mix?
3 more teams need to go. So that would mean we have, 4 episodes left?
I think so. We're getting this is episode 7, so maybe 11 episodes? Maybe
11 or 12,
12-ish?
maybe a 2-part final.
Something like that. That seems about right.
That does track. I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I'm loving it. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching us for this episode. We love you. We will see you for the next one. And don't forget, Temptation Island is back, baby. We love you. Bye.
Bye.